Nicky Hawkins outside Craven Cottage, West Ham Fan TV. Huge win. Huge win.
Massive. We needed that tonight. You know, I said it a couple of weeks ago. You know, we've got to stay in Forest rearview mirror. They've had a good result tonight, and that's unfortunate. You know,
it's going to go like that though. You can't. You know, we got to do what we got to do. We can only do what we can do.
Yeah, look, if we're honest, I don't think we expected to come and get a win tonight, and Forest would never expect to go and get a draw. So they're thinking that's a great result, and just as they're getting their hopes up, they see our result, knocks their confidence a little bit, and that's what we need to do. You know, we've got 2 hard games coming up in the league, Man City and Villa. As long as, you know, it's goal difference now, and it's a point to Spurs, 3 points to Leeds. It's starting to tighten up. We've just got to hang in there. You know, it's like we've just got to ride out this difficult couple of weeks.
Listen, this was a nervy night tonight. There's a lot more nervy nights to come.
Oh, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of them between now and the end of the season. There's going to be a lot of things that, you know, it's going to rotate. You know, we're going to have the momentum. They're going to have the momentum. We could only hope that Spurs don't pick up anything. You know, obviously, I think tomorrow night we're all Palace fans. You know, such an important result. You know, it wasn't.
It's credit to them. You've got to give them credit because 7 points are behind Forest a little while back. We thought we was gone. We thought that was it.
Absolutely. I mean, like let's take away the biggest. You know, not just the points, but that's what 3 clean sheets in 4. Obviously, the Liverpool games are anomaly. I come out there. I said out at Anfield. You know, you got to take a little bit from the fact that Liverpool are a great side. Spent all that money in the summer. They're still a world class side, and you know, the knockout rounds of the Champions League and that. We've come here tonight. Fulham are a good side. And we made them look silly. You know, we've like, I thought they were poor tonight, Fulham. I'll be honest. I thought their best players were referee. Even that lino, I've said a few times this season we've seen bad refs, right? Where this Donahue guys come from, I don't know.
Championship, that's where he's come from.
Right? And his lino, in this side, he's like Fat Freddy on a Sunday morning who's doing it with a high of his bib. You know, we've all seen those ones who can't get nothing right. And he's up there with that. He was terrible, that lino. You know, how he's got a Premier League game, it's abysmal.
Fucking hell.
Oh look.
Cut the lights.
I'm still not started. It's all right. They're not here for me face. They're here for me voice. Yeah. We're all right. You know, look. There's so much we can take from that. Obviously, Brentford in the cup. Look, we know what relegation's going to do to us. Let's have 10 years of dreaming of cup wins rather than 10 years of hoping for a big cup draw, because that's what'll happen if we go down. So whatever happens on Monday against Brentford, yeah, if you need to make 11 changes, make them. If you want to play the under-18s, play the under-18s. But I know some of the go, it's, you know, look, we want that Wembley, we want that bit of glory. But the long-term future of the club's at stake. And
it looked like a couple of injuries tonight, a little. I mean, maybe fatigue. I don't know. Castellanos had a big ice pack on his leg.
We've asked a lot of them, haven't we? I mean, he especially, you know, Wilson has given us an hour. I wouldn't have started Wilson. I think I said that actually before the game. I would have, you know, I would have brought him off the bench with like 20 minutes ago. I think that's what we've got to get out of him. You know, he hasn't got 90 minutes in his legs no more. As much as you know, he's growing on me, and I want to see him. You know, he's not got it.
Yeah.
But the squad depth we've got means that there is no backup. You looked at that bench today. You know, I think Adama Traore was the only attacking reinforcement. Yeah. I think everyone else was full-back, centre mids or centre halves. So there's not a lot we can do now.
Long road ahead. But we're coming down to squeaky bum time.
We are, but we're in a good position for it. And I'll repeat it again. We're in Forest rearview mirror. We're in Forest rearview mirror. They're going to be feeling the pressure. We're in Spurs rearview mirror. They're feeling the pressure, and we're starting to find our form. And we're starting to get clean sheets. And Somerville's starting to get goals. And we could do. Bowen needs one. Bowen needs one to go on his backside. Yeah. You know, to get back in the mix of it. Tatty could do with a goal. You know, just to prolong his run and keep going. But there's a lot. There's a lot of positives to take from that. You know, I thought, apart from Disaster's passing tonight, which was a bit off, and Bowen looked a little bit jaded, a bit fatigued. You can't fault anyone tonight. They played well. Like I said, the only negatives really was the lino and the referee, and we got no control over that. We've just got to, we got to get through this.
Got to do what we can do. Yeah. But thanks, Dave. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.